Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this week I want to talk to you about the decision I decided to make, which was to switch from my trusty iPhone 13 Pro to the Samsung S22 Ultra. So I've been toying with switching from iPhone to Android for a number of years now, and I have actually had a Samsung device before. So I had that for a few months and very quickly went back to Apple. So what I want to do now is I'm going to stick with the Samsung S22 Ultra for the next year and hopefully put the debate in my head to rest as to whether or not I really am that Apple fangirl or I like to switch to the Samsung or the Android world. So why do I feel this time could be different? So there's a number of reasons why I think this time I could stay the course and this could be the phone that switches me. And the reason is, like I've just mentioned, one, the phone. Two, it's not actually that different. iOS and Android have got a lot closer together. Customization, and really it was just time for a change. So let's delve into some of these in a little bit more detail. So first up, let's talk about the phone itself. So I've never really got that excited about Android devices, but I've recently had an experience where I used the Google Pixel 6 for a few weeks, and I really enjoyed using that phone, and it has actually changed my outlook somewhat when it comes to the Android phones. So when Samsung released the S22 Ultra, I was actually pretty excited about it. So I was really keen to get my hands on it, and it's the first time that I've really felt like that about an Android phone. So it's a great looking phone. I like the fact that it's a slightly different shape to the iPhone. It's a little bit more boxy. I like the edge-to-edge screen, if that's what you call it, so it kind of wraps around. And while we're on it, the screen itself must be probably the biggest reason I decided to get rid of the Pixel and move to the Samsung Ultra. Samsung are known to be brilliant in this space, and so far I can certainly say the screen is amazing. So could this be the phone that really tempts me to stay with Samsung? Only time will tell, but hopefully I think this has probably got enough to keep me at least for the next 12 months. Point two, which is operating systems. So when I'd been with Samsung previously, I'd found that the operating systems were different. I didn't like the fact that there wasn't gestures on the Samsung, and you had the three buttons at the bottom to go back, open up your app tray, and all of those kind of things. But with the experience with the Google Pixel and now the Samsung, actually the operating systems are a lot closer than what they were previously. So it's a lot easier to get used to an Android device now than it was previously, in my opinion. So you can turn on gestures within the Samsung device, which means that you can do similar things to what you do in iOS, where you can swipe up to get to your apps, you can swipe down for your notifications. I quite like that when you swipe across to the right, you get the Google News feed, which I found really useful and quite quick and nice way to go about it. So it won't really take you too long to adapt from iOS to Android, in my opinion. I also find that it's a lot easier to switch between the two devices now with the Smart Switch application, so you can literally transfer your apps over. Obviously not all of them, but it generally is a lot easier to switch between the two. Point three, customization. So this is where Android really exceeds iOS. So you can customize so much in Android, which may be a bit too much. I don't know, we'll see how I get on with that, but you can change things up. You can have new launchers which will change the complete look of your home screen. You can change the icons on your apps without needing to have a degree to do that, which you would need on iOS. So I mean, you can do it on iOS, but it is difficult and time consuming, whereas on Android it feels like it's just a flick of a switch. Must admit, it's not something that I was really that concerned about when I was an iOS user, but I do think that the iOS has become a little bit stagnant. There's not a great deal you can do. I know that you have widgets, but those widgets don't really do a great deal. And like I say, to change up the icons takes forever, and you need like a master's degree to be able to do it. Also, with the script, the way that you line up your apps, it can be fiddly on iOS, whereas with Android, you can set them however you like. So I think the customization was a big thing for me, and I'm looking forward to getting more into that and seeing how I can customize the device more to the way that I want to use it. So point 4, it was time for a change. So I think I've touched on most of the things in the previous points, but there was something nagging in the back of my head around wanting to change, especially when I'd heard about the Pixel, and then with the Samsung coming out. I just think that Apple have become a little bit stagnant in the operating system. They do just enough to make you want to upgrade your hardware. I don't think there's a massive amount that changes other than potentially the camera. I do love iOS. You can do some great things in there. You know, the handoffs to other Apple devices is really great. But I just wanted to try something a little bit different that allows me to change things up, and something that I could just go and have fun with. So that was one of the reasons, just wanting to try something a little bit different. Now, whether or not I come to live to regret that decision, only time will tell. But my Android experimental journey begins here, so I'm looking forward to trying to find some new accessories and working out how I can incorporate, you know, the new phone and the new watch, which I will talk about in another video, into my existing ecosystem that I have with Apple. So I still have the iPad Pro, and I still have the Mac Mini, and I love those, and I can't see me moving away from them. But yeah, let's see how I can work things out between the Samsung and the Apple, and if in fact it can work at all. So thanks for listening, and if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, and if you'd like to see more content like this, please give it a like, so I know that I can start to look at more content in this area. But until next time, catch you later.